And she's back. She's back. She's... There's so much I gotta catch y'all up on. But we're not gonna do that this episode. This episode, we're actually gonna focus on undertoning. Notice when I did my Boosie painting that the first layer that I did, and I posted it on Instagram, everyone was like, why am I painting it all one color? Why am I, like, what am I doing? So that's when I was like, let me show y'all with this bad boy right here exactly why I do it, why it's important, and show you guys step by step my process. I don't have a name for it yet, actually, but I know my collection is called Sometimes Happy. It's centered around my past trauma, growing up, just things in my life. I think this is a state or a time in my life where I'm very vulnerable, and I am showing it through my art. This guy right here, let me show you guys. I originally did this piece on my iPad, and I transferred it to this canvas, and I'm going to show you guys exactly this bad boy here. We are going to make this piece come alive on this canvas, and I'm going to show you guys how. We're going to first start with our undertoning layer. Why is it important to undertone? And what is undertoning? Undertoning is the act of putting all one color on as a base, basically, for your entire painting. And then you erase out your lights and you differentiate your lights from your darks. So what I usually do, my favorite color, every artist is different. Every artist is different. I'm not telling you to go home and do this specifically. You can choose whatever color you want. This is just my favorite color. This is raw sienna, oil paint. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you guys can. And what I do, I use this as a base layer for all of my oil paintings. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it here today. So what I do, I need to clean this, by the way. I don't clean nothing. I don't clean nothing. I mean, I be cleaning the crib. I ain't saying like that. I cook and I clean. I'm talking about my art supplies. Bro, I'm so bad with my art supplies, and I need to do better. That's just me telling myself off rip. And I'm saying it on camera because when I play it back and I listen to myself, bitch, you need to do better. I use my palette and I place a little bit of the burnt sienna. No, raw sienna. Sorry, that's a completely different color. Disregard. I put this on here. And remember, this is oil paint. You don't need a lot of it because then you're going to end up wasting it. Don't do that. So I just put a little bit, little smidge, if you can see how much I put there, on my palette. And then I'm going to mix it with linseed oil. So linseed oil is a solution that's made by Gamblin, and basically it acts like a drying oil for your oil paint. So it spreads it evenly and on like a thin layer, but then it absorbs into the canvas as well. So it's not going to take that long to dry. Usually oil paints take a very long time to dry, but because you're mixing the oil with this solution, it's going to act more as a drying agent. You can get started on your painting way faster. So what I'm doing here, I'm adding it by little drops at a time. Have my brush. I like to just mix it in with the linseed oil so that it already has like a consistency to it. I'm really learning how to articulate myself through painting. Sometimes I just paint and I don't know how I do it. I don't know how to explain to people how I do the things I do. And I'm learning more this year because a lot of people asking me questions that I'm trying to answer. I'm finna answer y'all. I'm trying to answer y'all, bruh. So the best way, I swear to God, I'm trying to answer y'all. I'm finna show y'all how I'm doing this. So now, a lot of people get very scared when paint is supposed to be on canvas. Like, you think it's supposed to be perfect. No, hunty, it's not. Let go of that fear. Let go of all of that. And just slap that nigga on there. You know? So that's exactly what I'm doing. And if the consistency, is too thick, then you add more of this linseed oil, which exactly I'm gonna get your ass up there. Get your ass up here. So it's a bit thick for me. So I'm gonna thin it down. And we're going to apply it on this guy. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure that this whole guy is covered. I want his entire face covered with this color. And why you do this is because it really acts as a cheat code. I'm giving y'all a game. It acts as a cheat code when you want to differentiate your lights. When you want to differentiate your lights and your darks. Because then it's like, oh, I don't gotta keep looking at my picture over and over to know that, you know, his mouth is a little bit darker than his upper lip, and etc., etc., etc. Ooh, look at that right there. I like the way you do that right there. I love it when I see like everything finally covered, you know, or getting there. I absolutely love it. Brilliant. My 10th grade art teacher. She's phenomenal. She taught me majority of the things that I remember and I'm reapplying as a grown woman with my art. And, you know, I don't know if she'll ever know that some of the words that she said to me and techniques stuck with me so long and was so impactful to the journey of what I'm doing right now. But shout out to you. I really hope to get in touch with her one of these days again. It would be great to see her face. I have phases with mediums. So sometimes for a month straight, I could just be doing oil paints. Then the next month, I'm in love with acrylics. Then the next month, I don't want nothing to do with canvas. I just want to touch my iPad and just do like digital shit all month long. Like, I have very different phases that I go through with my art. Sometimes I'm in love with charcoal and I love doing portraits. But either way, the effect of my pieces is always the same that I realize. I always like transcending emotion, transcending any kind of realistic features within it. Even if like half of it is abstract or unfinished. I like that. You know what I found would be very funny? What if y'all found out that I had like a ghost painter? You know how people have like ghost writers and they're like, oh, this is my song. What if I had a ghost painter? I'm telling y'all that I paint these shits, but then for real, somebody be coming in here and painting them for me. Got y'all niggas. Woo. That'd be one of the biggest catfishes of 2025, would it not be? Like right now, I'm not even talking to y'all. This is somebody else. Y'all think this is Tia. Y'all think this is Grim talking to y'all. This is not Grim. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm Grim's ghost painter, basically. She don't be painting shit. That bitch lazy as fuck. That bitch do not paint nothing. I paint everything for that hoe. Okay, so this entire guy is covered. A tissue paper. You can use a cloth too, if you want to, like an old shirt or whatever. I just like to use tissue because it's easily disposable. After I'm done, I can just throw it in the garbage. But really, it's really up to you. And what we're gonna do is extract our light portions now. We're going to, any part of this canvas that we know is gonna be a light shade rather than a dark shade, we're gonna now erase it out of this portion that you just laid everything over. I usually like to start with the eyes first, for real, just because I like to, the eyes are the window of the soul. So I really love to look at the eyes first, and I take that out. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, this process does not have to be perfect. Everyone is always obsessed with perfection. Please do not be one of those people obsessed with perfection. And as you notice, like, as one piece of the tissue gets dirty, I just kind of alternate to another piece that's clean, but I'm using the same tissue. You don't have to go through your whole roll. You don't have to use different kinds of fabric. It's literally just one piece of paper. Let's do his chin. Okay, he got a little fat chin right there. You know, a little gluttonous from all them lies he's been eating up in the Cirque du Soleil. Yum, 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 yum. Like, this painting really represents a lot. It represents a lot to me of how I feel about certain things, and I'm hoping that a lot of people could relate when they look at the finished product. You know, kind of like a Ganesh. I have a Ganesh tattooed on my left thigh, and you know, a Ganesh everyone thinks is just like an elephant, like a Hindu elephant or something. But when you really dive deeper into the amount of meaning that the Ganesh has, I really, you know, I really like that. I really like how symbolic and cryptic it is, and I want to embody the same thing with my paintings, where it's like an onion, like Shrek said. It has layers. You take apart the layers. You know, it has double entendres. It has things that I may think of, and when you see it, you might interpret it differently, and that's the beauty about it. I like when people's brain looks at one thing and then we all think of like different aspects of the same thing. You got a little business. I want you guys to look at the difference of how this looked like, what has been like 5 minutes? You know, 5-10 minutes from since we started to rub this out. Yeah, look at the difference on your painting. So now it's like when I go and I apply the colors onto this, I don't have to guess where my lights and my darks are. You know? I can literally see where they are because I've made a cheat sheet. And the more effort you put into your cheat sheet, sometimes the better guidance you have. So don't be lazy, but as well, don't be a perfectionist. Suffering sabotage. Putting a little thing for your eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? Eyebrows. We're just gonna dab it. Because I would say give this 24 hours or maybe 18 hours. It's going to start, this texture is going to become thicker and it's going to become more dry, and I'm not going to be able to rub it anymore. So that's why you want to make sure that once you're happy, you know, with everything that you've dry or extracted, that you're happy with it. Because you can't touch it again rubbing nothing out. You know, this is what it has in my iPad. The lights and darks. And as you can see, this is definitely not what we started with. But it is a cheat code. And this is what my paper towel looks like after. And this is why I said I don't use a cloth, because now I could just put this in the garbage. So this is what undertoning does. I'm going to come back to it when it's dry, and I'm going to turn on that camera, and then we're going to add the darks in here. This is all a process, and I'm going to take you through the entire process until this piece is completed. So technically we painting together now. Like, we kind of go together now. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for tuning in this episode, and tune into the next one so you guys can see the next Suffering Suffrage. This coming to the next episode, nigga. Please.